What if I told you these super tiny habits can help you begin your healing journey? Most qualified experts don't talk about this, but healing doesn't need to be a lifelong sentence. It can happen instantly, it can happen rapidly. It's all about framing your mind and beliefs in a certain way to step into your own power. That's when you can really shift your pain, your emotional suffering, your trauma very rapidly. And you don't have to suffer forever. Some people get into these habits of consistently healing themselves, healing themselves, healing themselves, and they are in that loop of lifelong healing. But the truth is, if you have the right habits, right rituals, right guidance and support, you can actually change things very, very, very quickly. So we have to start somewhere. And these habits really allow you to take your first steps towards your healing journey. So, the number one tiny habit is similar to brushing your teeth. When you are in your bathroom, take a quick shower with intention that you are cleansing all the negative energy, all the pain, all the feeling that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Visualize and have that intention as you're having a shower to cleanse those from yourself. It's just a tiny intention as you're having a shower, but it makes such a huge difference because now you're becoming aware and you are doing something intentionally. And intention is the biggest power you can incorporate in your daily life of becoming aware. So as you're stepping into shower, have that intention that you're cleansing, you're clearing, you're really cleansing anything that has been hurting. And that little intention would shift your brain into really feeling that you are cleansing, really feeling that you're healing. The next one is when you go to bed, have a little prayer in your mind, in your heart, that I am forgiving everyone who has hurt me today and in the past, and I release myself from any expectations that I had from them so that I can sleep peacefully and I get into a state of attracting what I desire, what I truly want, the people, the life, the success, the love that I want, so that I can attract that easily and effortlessly. So the prayer is really to forgive people who have hurt you, so that you release any expectation, so that you attract what you desire. And this little prayer every night will help you to get into a state of ease, peace, and that will help you to sleep better. That will help you to release any kind of negative thoughts about any human being so that every single day you're sleeping debt free emotionally and spiritually. And I love that saying because we think about money as debt, or when we have a loan, we think about it as debt. What about all the thoughts that we have accumulated during the day that are actually debt? Because that are emotional debt that you have created in your mind that has kept you occupied. So, more like a liability. So if we look at from that perspective, that every thought that you're accumulating that is not serving you, they are liability. And when you go to bed and you clear that liability, that emotional liability, that emotional debt, it helps you to release all these negative feelings before you sleep. And that puts you in a right space emotionally. That tiny little prayer, even though you may not feel it in the beginning, it will allow you to set your mind in the right state. Sometimes you have to start saying things before they start becoming true for you. That is a great habit to get into, to start forgiving people, even though you may not feel like forgiving, but actually, just by saying it, you start resetting your mind and your emotions in a right place that helps you to kickstart this healing process. And slowly you will start feeling this peace, this ease, that you're clearing all this emotional debt every night. Such a beautiful practice to have, to come back to your own self, to release yourself from anybody else's energy, but coming back to your own energy, coming back to your own true self. Next tiny habit that I would like you to have is showing up as your best self every day. And the reason I feel this is such an important habit is because when we go through trauma, when we go through a lot of emotional suffering, when we go through a lot of pain, the number one thing, the first thing that gets sacrificed in that pain, in that trauma, is self-care. One of the first thing that gets compromised. So in order to come back to your own self, it's important to start showing up as your best self, because you feel best when you look best. And it might sound like we are focusing on external stuff, but vanity is okay to have. It's okay to look good. You deserve to look good. You deserve to feel good. And when you are in your best clothes, you're feeling good, you are smelling good, you feel like you've taken care of yourself, naturally it makes you feel good. It's such a good practice to have. It just instantly shifts you in a good energy because you're feeling good. And you start feeling good, then you start doing things that make you feel good. It's all a ripple effect to be the version of you that you want to be. Making sure that you are incorporating that habit. When you go out, you are looking good. Even if you're not going out, you're still dressing up for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. So you are in the right state, so that you have the right energy, so that you are showing up for yourself as your best self. Another habit to have is to start thinking about every morning the 3 things you are grateful for that has happened a day before. That's a great practice to prime your mind into thinking about good things that are happening, because most of us get into a state that nothing good is happening. But reality, we miss all those tiny things that are good that are happening that we do not even consider. So, really becoming aware of all the good things that are happening. There's so many things that good happen, but because we get into a trap of focusing on the negative, that we forget the good that has happened. So let's remind ourselves of things that we are grateful for. And that could be something as tiny as someone is smiling at you at a grocery store. It could be as small as that. It doesn't have to be a big things that happened. It could be tiniest thing that I've written something meaningful, or I've spoken to somebody who I really love, or somebody smiled at me at a grocery store. It could be as small as that. Oh, I had a really good meal today or yesterday, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm really grateful to have money in my bank account. I'm really grateful to be able to pay my bills. I'm so grateful to be able to do that. And those little things really makes you feel good. And intention is to make you feel good, to begin this healing so that you recognize the good. Next habit is to get a fresh air every single day for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. Getting out in nature and just connecting with nature is a beautiful practice you can include in your daily life, even if it's for 5 minutes. Getting out from your home, getting that fresh air with intention, that I am going out with the intention to feel fresh, to really absorb this nature, this air. Just that intention really makes you feel good. This is why it's all about power of intention. If anything you take away from this video, this is the key, the power of intention. Anything you do, feed the intention in it before you do it. And that shifts the whole process, that shifts that task into something very meaningful. And that helps you to feel good. So getting into a state and making it meaningful by getting out, getting a fresh air, because we go out. Most people go out every single day, but they are stuck in that trap of, I have to do this, I have to sort this out, or I have to rush, or I'm getting late, or I'm too busy, I have to do this. So they are really running these tasks in their mind, the things they have to do every single day, they are running that in their mind. So they are not present in a moment. When you go out with that intention that I just want to enjoy this fresh air, even for 5 minutes, and that shifts your energy in that moment. That shifts your feeling. I'm so grateful for this air, this fresh air that I feel, that I can hear the birds, I can hear the nature, I can feel the sun. And that shifts your energy in such a beautiful way. And doing that every single day makes you feel good. And that kickstart the healing process. The next one is something you may not have heard of, but is such a powerful practice and such a small practice to do that you can incorporate in your daily life. If not daily, then maybe weekly. If not weekly, then maybe monthly. But you can have that, is to have a salt bath. Salt has so much healing properties in them to heal your emotional body, to heal your pain body, emotional trauma. It really helps to unblock that energy and unblock those emotions that have been trapped. So having that salt bath regularly really helps you to cleanse your body. Because when we have a lot of trauma, we become very sensitive. We become sensitive to energies, we become sensitive to people. Having that salt bath helps you to heal your energetic fields, cleanse your body, and start this process of healing. The next habit is to give yourself a little bit of time every single day. Block your diaries, block your calendar for yourself. Call that a very, very, very important meeting with yourself. Call that self-care, mindful 10 minutes. Call that a meeting with the CEO of your life, which is you. Call that whatever you want, but scheduling that 10 minutes, 15 minutes for yourself, just with yourself every single day, is such an important way to learn about yourself, but also have the awareness of just being with yourself. And that 15 minutes you can use to either write something, your thoughts of the day, write about what has made you really happy, or what has made you really sad, or what has made you feel very grateful, or what new insight and awareness that came through today? Anything. Could be all of those things or could be one of those things every single day. And you can use that 15-minute for yourself. Or it could be just 15 minutes of just stillness, being quiet, being with yourself. 15 minutes of maybe crying because you're feeling a lot of emotion that you just feel like releasing. So just crying. That's a really therapeutic practice to have for yourself. We get so busy with everybody else that we have to do for other people. We have to do things for our boss, for our family, for everything else, taking care of people. But really taking that meeting with yourself, scheduling it and committing to it every single day is such an amazing practice to have, to cleanse. Maybe your body wants to cry and you didn't have time to cry and you just want to cry for 10 minutes, and that's okay. Releasing those emotions, or maybe you want to just write something, or maybe you just want to sit still and not do anything for 15 minutes. That will really help you to recognize what you need, what your body needs, what your soul needs, what your heart needs. And you don't have to think it through, you just have to be. It's all about being in your body and just being in that energy and not worrying about anything. And that is your tiny, tiny habits you can have in your daily life that can transform and begin this healing process. If you want to take this even further, then I have a free masterclass linked below that talks about how emotions are really trapping you where you are and why you are suffering. So if you're looking to change the way you feel, then do check out this free masterclass that is linked below. Apart from that, like this video if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And may the light in me reaches the light in you.